Hello everyone. Once again, we are back on Pushpalata LearnEd Live. I hope everybody is fine. And this is Jude Deva from Pushpalata Vidya Mandir on Pushpalata LearnEd Live channel. I welcome everyone on behalf of Pushpalata Schools. So first of all, I'd like to thank the God Almighty, our students, parents, and teachers who make our live programs successful all the time. Thank you for all your support. So each time we meet different personalities from various fields. I would like to remind everyone that everybody in this world has a rhythm. Yes, the rhythm of heart, our heartbeats. Today we have here with us a specialist, Dr. Arul Vijay Kumar, MBBS, MS, DNB, cardiothoracic surgeon with us. Education, MBBS, MS, DNB, Fellowship in Heart and Vascular HVI, Cleveland Clinic, Cleveland, USA. Work experiences, Assistant Professor in Cardiothoracic Surgery, Tirunelveli Medical College and Hospital, Visiting Consultant Cardiac Surgeon, Apollo Specialty Hospital. Actually, I was wondering and confused when I heard the title of today's session, Cycle for a Change in Nellai. A doctor, that too a cardiac surgeon, is going to talk about a cycle for change in Nellai. What would he say? Will it be related to health benefits or regarding the use of cycling along with his experience, or a combination of both? Let us watch and find out. And later, when I tried to know more about our guest speaker, I came to know that he is the one and only bicycle mayor of Tirunelveli. Apart from being skilled in coronary artery surgery, minimally invasive heart surgery, preventive heart care, he is a cyclist and volunteers as the bicycle mayor of Tirunelveli, BYCS, Amsterdam. He can be seen cycling to hospital instead of using a car. Conducted Givathon in our Pushpalata schools for 125 children too. So now let me hand over the session to Mr. Arul Bicycle Mayor. Hello, sir.
Hi, Jude.
Yeah, hi, sir. Happy to have you on our live session, Pushpalata Learned Live. And thank you for accepting our invitation too.
Same here. I'm very glad to be here. Thank you, Jude, for that nice introduction. And
Thank you
I,
so much.
yeah, and my hearty thanks to the school officials, correspondent, for giving me this opportunity and
Yes, sir.
to address your school students and probably your teachers to about this very important topic, cycle for change.
Yes, yes. We are waiting, and our students and viewers are also waiting for your inspirational talk, sir. So now you can take over the session, sir.
Surely.
Yeah, thank
So,
you.
yeah. So can we have the slides on, please?
Yes, sir.
So hello, everybody. I have met couple of you during the duathlon which was conducted in your school last December, and for many others, you may not be familiar with me. So I'll just go through a few things first. So can you all see my slides up there? It's a beautiful slide. You can see a lot of cyclists, very happy cyclists, riding in the middle of the city. You can see that there are pedestrian crosswalk, people walking, people cycling. If I tell you this is going to be Tirunelveli in maybe 2 years, will you believe me? Well, you have to. And for the next few minutes, I'm going to convince you that future Tirunelveli, our Nellai, city Nellai, is going to be cycling friendly. And it's going to look just like this. So, a few words of introduction. And before that, I'll quote my very favorite quote from Paulo Coelho from the book Alchemist. When you want something, all the universe conspires you and help you in achieving something. One day I woke up from a dream. It was in the morning. I woke up I was getting ready to go to work. And instead of the car, I'm going to the medical college hospital in a bicycle. And I look a little further down. My wife is getting ready to work, and she is getting ready in another bicycle to work. And I look at my sons, both of them. One is studying with you guys in Pushpalata, is a smaller one. The bigger one is a college goer. He is getting ready, both of them getting ready in another cycle. Right. And I was woken up from a dream. It was a dream. You rightly guessed. I did the initial easy part. Now I have 7 bicycles in my home for the 4 of us. But is Tirunelveli Road safe enough for us to commute to work? Well, it is possible, my friends. But the whole world, when I say the whole universe, that is you. If you all help me, it is possible to make Tirunelveli cycling friendly and back to cyclists on the road. And that is why I'm here to tell you about this, achieving my dream. So before going into the details, for the people who don't know me, I will tell a few words of introduction. I know Mr. Jude has very beautifully elaborated about my experience. So I am like you guys. I studied in Tirunelveli. My schooling was in Tirunelveli from the 2 big schools in Tirunelveli, Saviours and John's. And I was going all around the city in a bicycle. Can you believe me? In a bicycle. It's not a joke. It was the norm those days. We used to go to school and go to work in a bicycle, and it was safe. So what has happened over these years? We'll see that. So after I finished my schooling here and my college in Tirunelveli Medical College, I did my master's in surgery in the Stanley Medical College, Chennai. And then I specialized in cardiothoracic surgery in 2 of the best institutes in the world. Let me go into those details. So first I did my DNB cardiothoracic from the great Apollo Hospital. My mentor, Dr. Girinath, known favoritely as MRG, is a Padma Shri. And you know what? He has done the maximum number of heart surgeries in India. You know the number? It is 50,000 heart surgeries. Yes. And I'm blessed to be one of his students, and I learned the art of cardiothoracic surgery from him. And the great institute not only taught me how to do heart surgeries, and there was some take-home messages which I want to share with you. Apollo Hospital taught me the value of teamwork and camaraderie. In heart surgery, my friends, do not imagine one person doing the heart surgery. One heart surgery is usually done by 2 or 3 surgeons and 3 or 4 helpers. So in the operating room, there are roughly 6 or 7 people inside, including an anesthesiologist, a guy who operates the heart-lung machine, the pump, the scrub nurse, the circulating nurse. Every one of these components has to work well to achieve a very good surgery. So that is what I learned in Apollo Hospital, the value of teamwork. Then I got selected to one of the best institutes for heart surgery in the world, the Cleveland Clinic, the US News continuously values it as number one heart center in the US. So that is where I got my fellowship. I did 2 years of fellowship there. And in those 2 years, I learned the art of excellence. It is very easy to be mediocre, but to be excellent in your work, you need to continuously improvise and innovate. So those are the two keywords I learned at the Cleveland Clinic: innovation, improvisation. And those people, the mentors who taught me heart surgery, were the same guys who invented heart surgeries like bypass surgery, valve surgery. And even then, they did not stop to learn. And they start the work every day at 4 a.m. in the morning. That is another take-home message. So by 4:30, if I'm late to work, I won't get a parking lot. That is the way they function. And that is another message I would like to send across to you. And after finishing my education and training abroad, I wanted to give back. So I came down to our Tirunelveli Medical College and joined in the Department of Cardiothoracic Surgery in 2017. And it was giving back time, like you said. And this year, we were greeted by the great Corona, you all know. The Corona came and the life changed. Hordes of people come to Tirunelveli Medical College, and I'm proud to be a COVID warrior, to be treating them and changing their lives. So every day, doctors like me go to work in this protective gear, risking our lives to save the people with Corona. Isn't it a great feat? So that is why we are called the Corona warrior, like exactly in the military. You go to work and you don't know what will happen to you. You risk your life and save others. And I'm proud to be one among them. So coming back time to the cycling. So when I came back to India, it's a good opportunity to meet my friends. And I had been, training abroad and in Chennai. The India I knew was more of a Chennai India. So Tirunelveli was a pleasant surprise. Those of you who have traveled to Chennai would have known the auto rickshawalas. If I cycle in Chennai, I commonly hear, Napa, Solinganu vandiya? Have you heard that language? Yes, it is Tamil. And it is called the Chennai Tamil. So Tirunelveli was a pleasant surprise. I was greeted well if I go around in a cycle. And if there is a mishap like a cycle puncture, people come out to help me. And that was a surprise too. So it's a very good place to cycle, I realized. And I went around, met all my old friends, met my school friends. My school friends and I, we used to ride from here to Tirunelveli Junction and back, like every day. We go, come back in a road. And nowadays the road is not worthy. And that is what we are going to change. So apart from meeting, so this video is about, when I came back and met my old school friends, we had a chat and we relived the old moments. We went around the same Tirunelveli town in the areas where we rode. And let me show you a short video. So thanks for watching that video. So have you noticed the amount of joy in all those faces? Those are my schoolmates, and we are into different walks of life now. And cyclists come from different walks of life, and but friendship is what unites us. The cycle is what unites us, and that is a very important point. So if you go along with your friend in a cycle, you will remember them for life because you travel together. And when I just like I met my old friends, I gathered a lot of new friends by cycling. So that is another reason. Now there is these are three logos. Can you guys see? So there were very different type of cyclists, as you may be knowing. Some are nature cyclists. They roam around in a cycle to see the nature, the natural beauty of Tirunelveli region, the Western Ghats. And there are some cyclists who are fast-paced cyclists. They are called the randonneurs. So I got inspired by those fast-paced randonneurs, and this terminology may be new to few of us. So let me explain that randonneering. Randonneering, it's a sports club activity for those of you who are interested. So this is run by the Audax Club Parisien, and they conduct events which are typically 200 plus kilometers. Yes, you heard it right. It is 200 plus kilometers. And when you cross that 200 kilometers, you are given a title called randonnier. And similarly, they have events 300, 400, 600. I have gone up to 600. So soon I'll be called a super randonnier. So this is how they have this arrangement. And for the exercise cyclists, the Nellai bicycle is what we had. So we do exercising by cycle every day, particularly Monday morning rides, and that is where the Nellai bicycle came across. And that got into my heart because it was very close to my heart about my dream about changing Tirunelveli to a cycle-friendly Nellai. So we, along with a few friends, we triggered the activities in Nellai bicycle. We had lot of events, including your duathlon, and we conducted functions, we conducted rallies, we went places, encouraging cyclists to come on the road. And this whatever we didn't go unheard, didn't go unnoticed. I got a call from Bikes Netherlands. It is called BYCS, Bikes Netherlands. And I was appointed as the bicycle mayor of Tirunelveli. It was very close to heart, as you listen to my earlier part of my talk, to change the landscape of Nellai, Tirunelveli, into a cycling-friendly city. So I accepted that position, and today I'm happy to be in front of you as the bicycle mayor of Tirunelveli. And let me play a video, 1-minute video about the duathlon, which was conducted in the Pushpalata schools last year, in which I was given the post of bicycle mayor by none other than the Deputy Commissioner of Police. Watch the video, please. So that is about the video. Thanks for watching. So this cycle mayorship was a big responsibility because having traveled all around the world, I know how the cycling infrastructure was in the rest of the world. I had cycled in the Cambridge, UK, in San Francisco, in London, and in my Cleveland. And all these areas, cyclists were given protection. There were separate cycling lanes, segregated from motorized traffic, and we felt absolutely safe in those roads. And what about our mother India? We all know how it is. The big SUVs come and push you onto the side of the roads, those imposing buses which come and almost trying to crash you. As if the cyclist is a non-entity, these people. And on top of it, we accept this as the normal and we just go along. And this thing really infuriates me. The safety of cyclists is what we have to work on, and that is why I'm here. And I need all your help, friends, in filling out the Google form to get it across to the government and make Nellai cycle friendly. And my favorite tagline, think globally and act locally. All the travel, all my cycling experience abroad has helped me to define our Tirunelveli roads to be cycle friendly. And I will come to that. We have a lot of plans. So you may be asking me, why cycling? Well, that's a very important question, right? I will take the joy of cycling first, because you might have thought that I will start with the health benefits. I will come to that later. The joy of cycling is the first thing that comes to my mind. Have you ever cycled in the morning looking at the serene sunrise and take a couple of pictures? It's beautiful, isn't it? You won't forget that feeling, that experience. And I will suggest all of you get up one morning, take your cycle, go up to that hills near your school and watch the sunrise. It's beautiful. It takes on to your heart. And secondly, it is the 5 a.m. club thing. When you get up early in the morning and cycle, you almost beat others by a couple of hours. When people get up at 7 a.m., you have already lived your entire day of joy and you would have rehearsed the day. I usually go through my entire day, the early morning hours, and you feel so fresh. And I take down notes, I make journals, I read ebooks. You can be very productive. And you know the tagline, own your morning and elevate your life. And of course, the health benefits. Being a cardiac surgeon, I'm expected to say that, right? So 150 hours of moderate physical exercise is what American College of Cardiology recommends for each one of us. That includes your parents. 150 minutes a week. So if you take up cycling, it's far easier to do that physical activity part for a healthy heart. And of course, the environmental benefits. You don't have a carbon footprint and you beat inflation because there's no petrol involved. And the roads have become cleaner if you have cycles alone on the road without motors. So think about all those environmental benefits too. Coming to the reason why I'm here, the C4C, or the Cycle for Change Challenge in Nellai. So our Ministry of Urban Development and Housing along with ITDP, as a challenge for all the smart cities in India. There are approximately 42 of them, and Tirunelveli is one among them. And we have partnered with the Nellai Bicycle has partnered with our corporation, Tirunelveli Smart City Corporation, to implement these changes in Tirunelveli Road to make Tirunelveli cycle friendly. And my dear friends, we need all your help because small drops, when added together, make the big ocean. And I want to see the change among you. I want more people to come out and cycle. And I want to hear from you via the Google Forms soon you will receive from the school. So about the feedback, why you want to cycle and what are the obstacles you face while cycling. So these are very important points. And when gathered, we can take it to the government and make changes. So you can see there are a lot of people around it. Along with my team, there are 5 new members who have joined. They are called interns, the smart city interns. So they have really invigorated our team, and we are working a lot these days. We are mapping the entire city. You may come across few people coming and asking you about feedback. Be patient with them and give them the feedback. And if you have access to computer, tell your parents, fill up the Google form and send it across to us. Right now we have corridors in the entire Nellai city. Corridors are the one which connects various areas. And we have neighborhoods in which the local neighborhood will be made cycle friendly. As an initial pilot, we have made a few projects. One is in front of the RTO office in Tirunelveli, and another one is near the STC college. So those are the areas we can see our boards and our interns working to get the feedback from you. Along with this, we have a wonderful plan for all the school goers like you, and that is called the school corridor. And we want you to ask for it so that we more the number of voices, it will be soon heard, and we are planning school corridors for going to schools and coming back. As you all know, cycling provides safe social distancing. Do not think that the overcrowded buses and the cars with too many people occupants and the school buses are going to be safe anymore. So we may have to change the ways of our living because our very base of living is questioned by this coronavirus. So cycling is a very safe alternative. You can go and come back to school. And we are planning 2 corridors along the entire city, connecting all the schools so that school children can go and come back in those roads without interference from the traffic. Soon it will be a reality. And I want all of you to write about it in the Google form that you want it. If you ask for it, you will get it because we are working on it. And thank you. And the rest of the session is for questioning. You can type in your questions to the chat box, and I'll ask your staff, Jude sir, to ask me the questions. Thanks very much, guys. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir. That was so nice, and we have gathered lots of information. And first of all, I'd like to do the hats off for all the doctors and for you, as you people are the COVID warriors, as you explained. And 150 minutes of a week of exercise for a healthy heart. So actually, I guess my guessing was right. You are explaining about your experience in cycling as well as you are saying about the healthiness of our heart. So now I'd like to share something, sir. Uh, a minute. Let me share my screen. So We are happy to share that 76 students from class 9 to 12 cycle to school every day. In appreciation for their effort, we are giving them an e-certificate which you can download from your school email. A Google form will be posted in the class announcement area for you to fill, giving support for cycling corridors in Tirunelveli. And there are a few questions from our students, sir, which I have received now. And this is the e-certificate which the students are seeing. So Abhinesh from 9B for cycling, this is a sample. All the students will be getting an e-certificate for cycling to school in the academic year 2019 to 2020. Cycle for Change in Nellai on 10-10-2020. So now it's for QA session, sir. So the first question is, are Indian road conditions safe to cycle?
Yeah, that's a very wonderful question. So I have to applaud because that is a question coming out from a school kid and probably he has traveled abroad because otherwise he wouldn't have thought about this because we would have taken things for granted if he had lived all his life in India because we take all the Matuvandis and buses hitting the cyclist as a normal phenomenon. So that has to change. So yes, Indian cycle scenario is not good, and but for Tirunelveli we have Palayamkottai region particularly has wider roads, and it is easier to implement around Pushpalata schools. We are thinking about making the cycle corridors where only school children will go during school opening and closing times. No motor traffic. So that will encourage more parents to send their kids to school, and we will soon make that happen.
Okay, sure, sir. And to stay fit, what is the maximum number of kilometers students should travel every day, day for a day?
Okay. So there is no defined number because our human physiology is very open to challenge. I never thought I will do 600 kilometers. It is crazy if I tell somebody I did 600 kilometers in 40 hours, they will challenge. Why you have to stress yourself so much. But you know the more you stretch the more our brain and the body grows. We all know that. So it is possible to do more exercise and don't have an upper limit for that. Keep going, keep pushing.
Sure, sure, sure. And how did you become the cycle mayor of Tirunelveli?
So we were doing these social activities for some time, and BYCS, that is bikes in short form. It is a Netherlands-based organization, and they choose one person in every city to be the cycle mayor who will promote cycling. So we are appointed for a tenure, and then soon one of your Pushpalata students may be the next mayor. We don't know. So be ready for
Sure,
that.
sure. And we'll be happy for that also.
Yeah.
And what are your other hobbies besides cycling?
Right. I'm interested in photography. So and video editing. Yeah. I do whenever I go for the cycling, I make a short video of 1 minute. You must have seen the videos
Yeah,
about dual
yeah,
plan.
yeah.
Yeah. So that is one of my passion. While waiting for my patient to go into anesthesia, I prepare this video in maybe 5 minutes time. Now I am very much trained. So all the photographs, I make a video and then I make a YouTube channel. So you can all check in Bicycle Mayor Tirunelveli
Yeah, yeah.
YouTube.
We have checked. Yeah. Who is your role model in medicine and who inspired you to cycle?
Okay, those are two different questions, I guess, because my
Okay.
role model never cycled.
Okay.
my,
Oh, okay.
my role model was Dr. Girinath. I told
Okay.
you in Apollo
Yeah, you
Hospitals.
explained. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He was my role model. And cycling, my cycling role models are from various nations, and particularly in Tirunelveli, we have few cyclists like I will name a few: Dr. Vijay Anand, then Dr. Jacob. These are a couple of doctors who inspired me into cycling a lot. I used to be an ordinary cyclist. They pushed my limits, I would say.
Okay, it was nice to hear, sir. And do you read books?
Yes, I do.
And
There
your favorite book?
is, as I told you, The Alchemist from Paulo Coelho.
Okay. And one more question: why did you return from US and settled in Tirunelveli? Because few people wants to go to abroad, but
Right,
in your case, you came to from US, you settled in Tirunelveli. You came back to Tirunelveli.
right,
So,
right.
is there any cause?
Yeah, that's a very good question. It is something I have pondered myself. Why I did this, and the feeling of belonging comes only here. So after all the learning, you want to come back to your own hometown. This Paulo Coelho calls it the Ithaca. Ithaca is the place you come back to give yourself. All the learnings have to go to the place where your heart lies. And for me, that is Tirunelveli, and that is the reason I came back.
And we are happy to have you in Tirunelveli also, sir.
Thank you very much.
This question is from a student. How can we develop the willpower to exercise every day? Maybe in the beginning, for example, 1 or 2 days we'll have the enthusiasm to do the exercise. Then later on, they'll lag in it, right?
Yeah, you're
So
right.
how to develop the willpower to exercise every day?
Yeah, it is very tough in the beginning, and
Yeah.
you need a friend to wake you up in the morning, at least in the beginning. So that is why I ask you to cycle in groups. It
Yes, yes,
doesn't
yes,
work,
yes.
work out if you do it alone. So it has to become a mass movement. You have to, like 4 or 5 friends, for example, if they cycle for 2 or 3 days in a week, the day before they plan the ride, they keep all the things ready. They call upon each other. They get the cycle ready. You have to oil and get the cycle ready. You have to wear the right clothes, protective gear, and then cycle. It becomes a very big event, and it is very addictive. Believe me. Maybe everybody will have starting breathing trouble, but in the in the
Yeah.
meantime, it becomes very addictive. And then your friends, it becomes a very nice way of spending your energy and spending your time and spending among your friends.
That was so nice, sir. Yes, as you said in the beginning, like friendship and teamwork,
Yeah.
that will give some jump start. Like, so, what cycle would you recommend for starters?
Yeah. The starters should start with a hybrid cycle. So there
Hybrid
are,
cycle.
depending on the size of the wheel, it becomes road cycle has a very thin wheel,
Okay.
23, 23 wheel. And the wheel size goes bigger in a mountain bike, and something in between is called a hybrid.
Hybrid. Okay.
So
So
hybrid
that
is,
is for starters.
yeah.
What was your longest distance traveling in cycling, sir? Like from where to where, and what was the
Right,
total
right.
distance?
That's a experience in itself. I went from Tirunelveli, then Koilpatti, Satur, Virudhunagar, Madurai, then turn left to Dindigul, then turn right towards Trichy, Manapparai, and then Pudukkottai, come back to Madurai, and then National Highway back to Tirunelveli. This was a 600-kilometer trip, which has to be completed in 40 hours time
Okay.
to be eligible to win the medal, and we did that.
Yes, that was so nice, sir.
Thank
And
you.
one last question, uh, at this moment, not at this moment, at any time in your day life, if
Mhm.
you remember your past, which will strike first? Like, with this moment has inspired me a lot. So same way, do you have anything at once when you think back, look back? So
Mhm.
something, some person or a situation will be in your mind
Inspiring
always.
people, you mean. The inspiring people, is that the
Yeah,
question?
people or the situation.
Inspiring situation. So the inspiring situation is the time I landed in one of the Indian airports from the US. So at the time, my mentor, Dr. Girinath, had operated on this guy. So it is Ahmedabad airport, and he's a big guy, and he came and he didn't allow me to pull my trolley because he said, his life is changed by my mentor, so he didn't allow Girinath's student to pull a trolley. So he came and helped me. He's a big businessman in Ahmedabad, and in spite of that, the importance people give for my mentor really inspired me. That is one life-changing moment, I would say. The reason I came back to home to Tirunelveli, one of the life-defining moments, I would say.
Okay, that was so nice, sir. And once again, I thank you for accepting our invitation. Now, let me call upon my colleague, Mr. Sriram,
Mhm.
to give a vote of thanks, sir.
Thanks, Jude. That was a very wonderful presentation.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Hi, sir.
Thanks, Veera.
The best rides are the ones where you bite off much more than you can chew and live through it. It's a great pleasure to deliver the thank you note. It was very informative, and your enthusiasm for cycling and good health motivates us to be active. On behalf of Pushpalata Schools and Pushpalata Vidya Mandir, thank you so much, sir, for spending your valuable time with us. We assure to follow the ideas which you have shared on this occasion and bring a change in Tirunelveli. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
So you are watching Pushpalata LearnEd live channel, and this is Sriram and signing off with Mr. Ju. Thank you.